Okay. Now, this is a death battle in particular that's always stuck in my craw a little bit. And apparently, I disliked this video. I do wonder what the dislike ratio is, considering that it's got 6 million views and only 200,000 likes. Um, I'm willing to bet that the like to dislike ratio is not very great. Um, and before we get started, I am perfectly willing to acknowledge that I do have a bias when it comes to this matchup. Kakashi is my lock screen on my phone. Kakashi is one of my favorite characters in all of fiction. But you know who else is one of my favorite characters in all of fiction? Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is my favorite Star Wars character. Kakashi is my favorite Naruto character. And they are both in my top 3 fictional characters of all time. I am so biased towards both of these characters that I'm not biased at all. It equalizes. So if I say that I believe a particular character should win, it's because I'm looking at what characters are capable of in each verse, right? Obi-Wan Kenobi is a fantastic duelist. He's one of the greatest saber duelists in the history of the universe in Star Wars. He plays incredible defense and has really only ever lost to one opponent, and that's Count Dooku, because Dooku is just better. Kakashi is one of the smartest ninja in the history of the Hidden Leaf Village, behind, I would say, Itachi, Shikamaru's father, and Minato. I would say that he ranks in the top 5, maybe just above Shikamaru. He is one of the greatest lightning release users, besides like Sasuke and certain members of the Cloud Village. He is incredibly clever. He's a great planner, and the Sharingan makes him even more dangerous. And if we're being completely honest, considering that this came out in 2020, well after Naruto Shippuden ended, if you want to be totally fair and represent both of these characters at their best, you should give Kakashi the dual Mangekyo Sharingan, which would give him access to the perfect Susanoo and Kamui Lightning Blade and Kamui Shurikens and stuff like that. But I understand not doing that. I get it. With all that out of the way, let's begin. Miller Lite, what the hell? Let's do it.
Another happy landing. Huh? Hello there.
Hold it. You're in Konoha territory. I have some questions, if you'll come with me.
It's actually a really good Kakashi voice.
Go home and keep reading your book.
Why do Obi-Wan's eyes look like
I
that?
want to go home and keep reading my book. After I kick your ass!
I'm not gonna trip on Obi-Wan's reaction speed like that, because if Jedi can block blaster bolts, I'm sure he can react to a few kunai being thrown at him. That's not a problem for me. It probably hurts like a motherfucker, actually.
Enough? Well now, you've fallen for the deadliest stratagem we ninja know. 1,000 years of death.
Don't try it. I have the high ground.
What's that, Headhunter Jutsu? I mean, if we're being honest, he can't get out of this.
The high ground.
Oh, I don't think so.
I guess. The thing is just, Obi-Wan has never demonstrated that kind of, like, raw power with the Force. He's obviously gifted, but, like, until the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which came out 2 years after this, we never saw him demonstrate just an overwhelming acuity with the Force. Like, I don't know. I would say that there's a reason he has a blue lightsaber and not a green one. I think that that's a fair assessment of the character.
Most impressive.
And if you know what that means, then you know what I mean. Shit's getting serious now. Put away the book. That kick should have broken a few ribs. I mean, Naruto characters hit so hard. And Kakashi's among the stronger characters in his verse. I remember disagreeing with this part of the fight specifically.
Be mindful of your thoughts, Obi-Wan. They betray you.
I remember being caught up on that part for a while because two things. A, I can't recall Kakashi ever using ocular genjutsu with his Sharingan because I think it would take him out of the fight. I think he would consume so much chakra trying to catch somebody in an ocular genjutsu that he would no longer be able to fight. And it would not be an effective use of his very limited chakra supply when the Sharingan is active. Like, I think at the beginning of Shippuden, he's only able to use Lightning Blade like 4 times before he's completely out of chakra. Why would you waste your chakra pool on ocular genjutsu? So I don't think Kakashi would do that. And that's why I don't think I've ever seen him do it. Also, the Lightning Blade is so fast, he can only do it with the Sharingan active. It's the only way that he'll be able to see while he's moving. But even without using the Sharingan, he still has, like, incredibly fast movement and reaction speeds. So if he's moving so fast he needs the Sharingan in order to be able to still see, I don't, like, even if Obi-Wan's not currently stuck in a genjutsu, he's not going to be able to dodge or deflect an attack like that. It's just too fast. Because Kakashi bought himself a couple of seconds, you know? So I think that if he breaks out Raikiri, especially while Obi-Wan is currently compromised or distracted, I think it's game over. I think he's just too fast. That's just me. There's also the fact that Kakashi can do shadow clones and lightning clones and whatever, you know. Lightning beats Hunter Fang. I want to see it. He's not doing it. That's fine. Yeah, that's it. That was a clone. Another thing. I don't personally think Obi-Wan is just gonna body lightning like that. Because you look at the effect that lightning had on Luke and Mace Windu, who are far more powerful than Obi-Wan. You know, just blocking lightning had Mace Windu completely unable to do anything else. He could barely even speak. But once the lightning started hitting him, yes, he just lost an arm, but like once the lightning started hitting him, you saw what happened. It was over. You know, he couldn't do anything. Same thing happened with Luke Skywalker, who's even more powerful than Mace Windu. He starts getting hit with lightning, he can't move or do anything to defend himself. He has to beg for his father to save him. Lightning is just a little different in Naruto as well. Like, you can use lightning as a sword. You know, you can stab people and slice them in half with lightning. It's just, I feel like it would have had a much stronger effect on Obi-Wan than it did. And I would be saying this if it was Sasuke Uchiha, and that's one of my least favorite Naruto characters. I'm not just saying this because it's Kakashi and I love him so much. If it was Killer Bee, if it was Darui, if it was any lightning release user in Naruto, I would be saying the same thing. And there's Kamui. Is he that fast? I don't think he is.
Don't give up.
It's like, why did he use Kamui one time? Did he just crush his eye? He did. He just crushed his Sharingan. I'm not gonna put it past Obi-Wan to figure out that, like, that left eye of his is causing significant trouble. However, this immediately becoming purple lightning is kind of funny. Because Kakashi spent a couple of years developing purple lightning. It wasn't just like, you couldn't just do it. But I mean, it does work in much the same way. It pretty much gives him access to all of his powers that he had before that he can't use anymore because he doesn't have a Sharingan.
So uncivilized.
Well, Kakashi.
Yeah. I mean, look at the fight that they're showing back there. You know, Kakashi's fighting somebody. At that point in the story, Obito's like damn near light speed. You know, he's like probably got like country level attack potency, and Kakashi is swapping blows with him pretty evenly in this fight. He does win this fight technically because Obito needs Kakashi to remove the seal on his heart, but I mean, you know, Kakashi's faced opponents. I mean, for crying out loud, he fought Madara. For crying out loud, he fought Kage. These are characters that can just summon meteors, you know. And it does definitely kind of bother me that, like, as soon as he pops Mangekyo Sharingan, he when Kakashi opens a portal with Kamui, it spawns on the target. Now, the first time he used it against Datara, it formed very slowly, and it was hard for him to control, hard for him to aim, and it did not take instant effect. That's why it did not, you know, rip off Datara's head or kill him instantly. It just ripped off his arm. I totally get that. However, by the time the war starts, he's much more precise with it, and he can snipe like projectiles that are traveling through the air. Like he's able to snipe like a Biju bomb. That's pretty impressive, right? So I mean, we should probably be looking at that version of Kakashi if we're interested in a fair fight. We're not gonna look at, you know, Padawan Obi-Wan, are we? We're gonna take him from episode 3 where he's at his physical peak. We should take Kakashi from the beginning of the war when he's at his physical peak. If you don't want to give him the double Sharingan, I totally get that. That being said, if Kamui is able to spawn quickly enough to hit projectiles, it should get Obi-Wan for 2 reasons. 1, he can't outrun a mini black hole, I don't think. And 2, he's never encountered an ability even close to this before. He doesn't know what the hell Kakashi's doing. He's not going to be able to figure out that Kakashi is opening a portal on his head to rip his head off. He's not going to be able to figure that out nearly fast enough to actually survive it, because by the time we get to the war, Kakashi's Kamui is pretty fucking fast. I mean, he teleported a nail that the Diva Path of Pain flicked at him with, like, almighty push. That nail was coming in really fast, and Kakashi had this much chakra left, and was still able to teleport it away. He teleported away a missile that was going after Choza. Like, Kamui is pretty fucking fast by the end of the show. Pretty fast, but yeah, whatever. That's supposed to be at the end of the video. Those shitty ass puns are supposed to go at the end. Look at Wiz's face. That's me too.
Kakashi's wide array of moves certainly kept Kenobi on his toes, but the Jedi's arsenal was far more powerful and versatile than you might think.
Yeah, like how chakra is an internal life energy with a limited supply, but the Force is external and everywhere. Obi-Wan couldn't exactly exactly run out of it, and Kakashi could.
It's interesting that you say that when you consider a character like Luke Skywalker, who died from using the Force too hard. He died of Force exhaustion the same way that Kakashi died of chakra exhaustion. You know? I'm pretty sure... Hang on. And just to be completely fair, we're gonna, you know, I just looked it up for the sake of transparency. In Star Wars The Last Jedi, you can't see that part, Luke Skywalker's death is attributed to the immense strain of force projection. You know? The official storyline is that Luke died because he projected himself across the galaxy. Mark Hamill confirms this. Luke died after force projecting his appearance from Octo to Crate. Force projecting himself so far across the galaxy required every ounce. So yeah, official sources and fan speculation are pretty much in agreement that Luke died from using too much force. So yes, Obi-Wan, who was much weaker in the Force than Luke Skywalker is, by quite a fucking lot, could definitely die from Force exhaustion. He could run out of Force. This is what I mean when I say that Death Battle is poorly researched. You don't even have to go into Legends or expanded universe content to find out that characters can die from Force exhaustion. You just watch the main movies and you'll find out. Luke is like 10 times stronger than Obi-Wan, and he died from it.
Couldn't copy Force techniques, because, I mean, he's
Obviously.
using external Force, not internal chakra. Totally different.
As for brute power, Ninja Mountain busting and Anakin's dreadnought telekinesis were fairly comparable. However, Kenobi matched Anakin's force power well after he had become far stronger than that.
This is the chosen one we're talking about here. Other Jedi.
I wouldn't say that they were matched in the Force in that fight. I would say Obi-Wan fought Anakin at a really convenient time. Anakin was very heavily conflicted at this particular point because he was upset over Padme. He felt betrayed and stuff like that, which, if we're being honest, should have made him more powerful, but it seemed like it had the opposite effect. It just seemed like his mind was too clouded because, I mean, Anakin was already much more powerful in the Force than Obi-Wan was. And now he's drawing from the dark side, and he's angry, and he feels hurt, he feels betrayed, so he should have been much stronger. But there's two things. One, the prequels, or the original trilogy already said that Obi-Wan wins this fight, and two, I don't know. Obi-Wan's the main character, I guess, I don't know. Of that movie in particular.
Stopping a whole planet from going kaboom. Oh, and you know how Obi-Wan tore apart Grievous's armor with his bare hands in Revenge of the Sith?
The same armor designed to survive starship cannons. It withstood a blast that annihilated a subterranean city and almost collapsed the surface of a planet.
I seriously doubt
I mean, he didn't...
physically strong enough to rip that armor apart.
He didn't really...
Even Kamui wasn't a reliable option.
He didn't really damage the armor, he just opened it up.
70,000 times faster than Kakashi's. More than quick enough to avoid Kamui, especially with his...
Yukari's Sharingan precognition relies on analyzing muscle movements and is generally unable to predict the attacks of someone significantly faster than himself. Well, I also don't think that's true because Sasuke is still able to predict Naruto's movements when they fight in the Valley of the End for the second time, and Naruto's significantly faster than Sasuke is. Now, that doesn't mean that Sasuke has enough time to dodge or do anything about these attacks, but he can predict them. But this is all based on the assumption that Kakashi is orders of magnitude slower than Obi-Wan, and I just don't see how that could possibly be true. But whatever.
Precognition.
But we can hear you shouting in the back. What about Kakashi's Mangekyo Sharingan that Obito gave him.
What
and
about
the
it?
perfect Susanoo.
It's difficult to justify granting those to Kakashi at all.
Obi-Wan's previously established mental barriers and experience with telepathy means he could likely escape genjutsu illusions. Again, like I said, I just don't think Kakashi would use ocular genjutsu on Obi-Wan.
All because they aren't really his. He could only use them when Obito's spirit briefly possessed his body.
Even if he did, the results probably wouldn't change much. Remember that Kip guy who moved a black hole? Yeah, he was directly compared to Obi-Wan by
Are we looking at Legends lore?
Luke himself.
If we're to take that at face value.
I don't know if this book is canon. I also just don't really care.
This means Kenobi could theoretically call upon the Force to exert nearly 14 petatons of TNT.
Way more than what Kakashi was packing. And even then, Obi-Wan could just
That's a huge assumption, though.
crush his organs. Shit, man, don't mess around with Jedi.
I know it can.
Like, we're really just scaling characters based on what other characters are capable of. And it's like, well, if this character can do that, like, it's if A, then B, right? If, then. And I just don't think that that's an intelligent way to have discussions like this, especially when we're talking about Jedi, who many of them, hundreds of them, thousands of them, were just killed by some clone troopers who just shot them, right? They were just shot. Obi-Wan didn't react to Cody taking a shot at him on Utapau, did he? No, he just happened to survive. He couldn't predict it with his Jedi precognition. None of that. Like, there's just nothing in the material that presents Jedi as being this impressive. 14, what was it? 14 petatons of TNT? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. I don't think that there's a feat in Star Wars that rivals something like that, other than a Death Star or Starkiller base blowing up a planet. Do you think Obi-Wan can exert the same amount of force as a Death Star cannon? You probably don't think so, because that wouldn't make any goddamn sense, would it? But this is what they do. This is what Death Battle do. Things are out of context. Things are scaled based on huge assumptions and leaps in logic. And it's just, you know, and I don't want to be that guy, but let's look at the day that this was uploaded. May 4th, 2020. Star Wars Day 5 years ago. Look, all I'm saying is that the proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. I don't really have too much else to say. It's just, I mean, it just goes back to what I said before. Death Battle picks a winner, and they write the script around that. Again, I'm not interested in arguing with you in the comments. I'm not even a bigger Naruto fan than Star Wars fan. I'm at a point where I can't really stand either franchise because of the current material that's coming out. But I did grow up with both of these franchises being a huge part of my life. I've played several games from each franchise. And, you know, I don't know, whatever. It's just, God, I just don't think that they scaled anime characters very well at all. But they just insist on using them, especially when they pit them against each other. That reminds me, I've got 2 more of these to do today, but whatever. Did you agree with the outcome of the... I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here.